Hello guys, can you hear me? I'm really sorry, the system is restarted. It took me around 20 minutes. Can you hear me, guys?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry. So yesterday, what we had discussed, right? Do you remember what we discussed? So what is positive testing and what is negative testing? Yesterday we discussed, right? Can anyone? What is positive testing and what is negative testing? Anyone? What is positive testing, guys? What is negative testing? Anyone? Hmm. So positive testing means what? We are giving the positive values, right? Valid username, valid password, right? So that kind of testing we can call it as what? Positive testing. What about negative testing? Negative testing means what? Anyone?
invalid.
Invalid username and invalid password, right? So we need to do both the things like positive testing and negative testing. Can anyone tell me what are the types of testing? Yesterday we discussed, right? So what are the types of testing we have? Anyone? Structural testing. What is called structural testing? Who will do the structural testing?
Developers.
Yes, good. Developer will do the structural testing. The structural testing also we can call it as what?
Glass box, white box.
Uh, Glass box, white box. Okay. Yeah, correct. Who will do the functional testing? The functional testing is done by
Testers.
yes, testers. We can call it as
Black box testing.
black box testers. Good. So please remember this one. Like there are two types of testing. One is what structural testing. Another is what functional testing. Functional testing is done by QA. Okay, how we will do based on requirements
Requirements.
and functionality. If you know the requirements, if you know the functionality, then what kind of testing we can perform? Black box testing. So that the reason you can test any kind of applications like .NET related applications, C Sharp related application, Python related applications. Okay, so that is one of the most important one. And today, 100% entry question: what is SDLC? You know what is called SDLC? SDLC means what?
Software development lifecycle.
Yes, software development life cycle. See, for any project, okay, for any project what they will use SDLC process. Okay, for every organization they use what? SDLC process. So what is called SDLC? SDLC is nothing but what? Software development life cycle. So when you start any project, right, so they won't start immediately with the testing part. Okay, so the first part is what? SDLC. SDLC is nothing but what? Software development life cycle. So when you start any project, right, it will start from where? From SDLC. So in SDLC, the first phase, what is the first phase? Requirements. So first phase is what? We need to collect the requirements. Once we got the requirements, right, then what we need to do? Once we got the requirements, what we need to do, guys? Analysis. Analysis means what? Whether we can do or not. So once the analysis part is done, then what you will do? Design part. Once the design part is done, then what part it will come? Coding. Once the coding part is done, then testing. Once the testing part is done, then implementation. Once the implementation is done, then support and maintenance. So when you are talking about SDLC, right, there are a lot of phases will be there. In SDLC, what are the phases we have? Requirement capturing, analysis, designing, coding, testing, implementation, and support and maintenance. Are you getting right? So First, so most of the people they think that project will come, so we'll start immediately testing. No, we'll not start testing immediately. The first phase of your project is what? Requirement capture. Once we got the requirements, once we got all the requirements, then what phase? Analysis. Once the analysis part is done, then what phase we will do? Once analysis is done, design part. Once the design part is done, then after design, what will start? Coding. After coding, what will start? Testing. So in interview, definitely they will ask you one question. In what phase you are involved in SDLC? So in what phase you are involved in SDLC? Anyone? In
In
which phase you
testing
are involved?
phase,
Testing phase. Simple, easy answer. Okay, no need to worry about this one. So simple. They will ask you only one question. Okay, in what phase you are involved in SDLC? So most of the people get confused here. In what phase we are involved? We are not involved in requirements. We are not involved in analysis. We are not involved in design. We are not involved in coding. We involved only in where? In testing phase. So if you are going with experience level, right, make sure that you need to give a proper answer. So where we are involved in SDLC? In SDLC, we are involved in testing phase. So that's the reason I told you, right? You can go with more than 5 years of experience. Requirements we are not involving. Analysis we are not involving. Design we are not involving. Coding we are not involving. Only in where? In testing phase. Once the development is done, then only it will comes to the QA. Now what is your role and what is your responsibilities? Now you need to think about testing. What I need to do. Once the task is assigned on my name, then what I need to do? Test scenarios. Identify what? Test scenario. Scenario means what? What I need to test. Now I am asking test the water bottle. In water bottle, what you will test? Anyone? In water
cap,
bottle, what you will
color,
test?
color,
Cap, color, body, and the label, like expiry date, or what we can say that whether it is accepting hard water or cold water, or whether it is having any leakages. See, there are a lot of scenarios will be there. So when anyone asks you to test any application, first what you need to do, first you need to identify the scenarios. Scenarios means what? What I need to verify. Now I'm asking test your mobile. I test your phone. In a phone, what I need to test? First you need to identify the scenario. Screen, power button. Okay, like you can check the front cam, back cam. So you need to check volume. Okay, so there are a lot of things will be there in the test in the mobile, right? So first you need to identify the scenarios. Once you identify the scenarios, what you need to do? Write the test cases. What is called test cases? Test cases is nothing but what? Condition. What is the condition? The water bottle cap should be blue. In requirements, it's very clearly mentioned that the water bottle cap is what? A blue color. So you need to check whether you are able to see the blue color or not. If you are not see the blue color, then what you can simply say that actual result is not equal to the expected result. Simply you can fail your test case. After test case, what you need to do? Anyone? After writing the test case, you need to execute all the test cases. All the test cases you need to execute. In case your test case is failed, what you will do? Your test case is failed. In that case, what you will do? You will keep with you that test case? No, right? What you need to do? You need to report to whom? Developer. What developer will do? You know, right? What is the developer role and responsibilities? Developer will fix that issue. Again, what will do? Again, developer will send back to whom? To the QA. Again, what you need to do? Again, you need to re-verify, retesting. See, retesting. What is called retesting? Verify the fix. Okay, again you are retesting one more time. Okay, make sure the defect is fixed or not. That we can call it as what? Retest. So again you retest and make sure the bug is fixed or not. Once it is done, then you can go with the final testing. Understanding, right? So we'll see all these things in practically, but today I'm trying to say is, when you are involved in testing, so in SDLC, in which phase you are involved means you can simply say that you are involved in the testing phase. You can say like this also: planning, defining, designing, building, testing, and deployment. So in which phase we are involved? We can simply say that testing phase. Okay, now before we start to the project, right? So we need to check what are the documents. I told you, right? We have a few documents will be there. What are the documents? PMP. What is called PMP? Project Management Plan. What is called BRS? BRS means what? Anyone know? Business Requirement Specification Document. What is SRS? What is called SRS? Software Requirement Specification Document. Okay, so when the project will comes, the project manager will create what document? PMP. BA, you can also become a BA. What is called BA? Anyone know what is called BA? Business Analyst. You can also become a business analyst. What business analyst will do? The business analyst will collect all the information from where? From the client. All the information they converted into where? Into SRS. Now SRS is divided into two phases. One is what? Developer phase. Another is what? QA phase. What developer will do? You know, right? What developer will do? The developer will start with where? Design. After design, what they will do? The designs like architectural design, DB design, UI design, UML design. So based on the design, the developer will start writing the coding. After writing the code, what they will do? They will go with what? A code review. So what code review means what? So whatever the developer will write the code, right? The senior person will review that code. Once the code review part is done, then what they will do? They will go with what? Unit level testing. Do you heard this word? Unit level testing, white box testing. So once the white box testing is done, then they will go with what? Integration testing. See, integration means what? What are the develop? See, one developer cannot implement it entire the application, right? So Amazon, you can take this Amazon application. Do you think that one developer is implemented entire the application? No. So there are multiple developers, right? So here one developer is implemented two-day deals, one developer is implemented registry, one developer is implemented prime videos, one developer is implemented gift cards. So all these developers, right? There are number of developers. All these developers, okay, what are the developers we have, right? All the developers, or they did the modules, right? Once they done, then they will go with what? Integration testing. That part will comes in where? Integration testing. So the developer is also do one more testing. We can call it as what? Integration testing. So here the developer part is what? Design. After design, coding. After coding, code review. Don't No need to by heart. Okay, try to understand what is your developer job. Developer job is always go through the design. After design, coding. After coding, code review. Code review after unit level testing. After unit level testing, then go with integration level testing. That is part of from developer point of view. What testing point of view? See, what is your plan? So test plan, who will design the test plan? Any idea? Who will design the test plan? The test plan is designed by anyone? The test plan is designed by your test lead. So lead, right? Senior person. Who is your lead, right? The lead will prepare the test plan. Based on the test plan, what we are doing? Test scenarios. Just now we discussed, right? Test scenarios means what? What we need to verify. Once we assign any task, right? First you need to identify the test scenarios. Once it is done, then you need to go with what? Test cases. Once the test cases is done, then what you need to do? You need to go with what? Integration testing. Once the integration testing is done, then you need to go with what? The system testing. So what is called system testing? System testing is nothing but what? End to end testing. So far what we learn only unit testing, integration testing. But now we are talking about what? System testing. Unit testing means what? Only a particular module. Integration testing means what? One or two, three modules. But when I'm talking about system testing, what is meaning of system? System means what? Entire application. Once you did system testing, right, then what you need to do? User acceptance testing. This is very, very important. Before we launch the product in the market, we need to do what kind of testing? User acceptance testing. What is called user acceptance testing? The user acceptance testing is nothing but what? Alpha testing and beta testing. Once the alpha testing is done and beta testing is done, then we can go with what? Production and implementation. Production means what? We are going with the release. Once the release is done, then one more phase will be there. That phase we can call it as what? Support and maintenance. If you observe this diagram, you will get a clear picture what developer will do, what testing team will do. So developer is always go through the designs. After design, they start writing the code. After the code review. After the code review, they will go with what? Unit level testing. Once the unit level testing is done, then they will go with what? Integration testing. So here the developer part is completed. What about QA? What QA will do? Test plan, test scenarios, test cases, executing the test cases, integration testing, system testing, user acceptance testing, production and implementation, and support and maintenance. Anybody have any questions? So please do not by heart all the things. Try to understand the concept. Okay, what developer will do, what testing team will do, what is test plan, what is test scenarios. All are interview questions. So generally, I told you right. One developer will be there. So what developer role? So developer is always write the code, right? Dev. Uh, this guy is implemented home page. Let let us assume he is implemented home page. So after home page, what you need to do? You need to write a code, right? First you need to write the code. After the code, what you need to do? You need to write a code review. After code review, what you need to do? Unit level testing is nothing but what? White box testing. After that, you need to do integration testing. Okay, once it is done, what developer will do? Developer will push this code into the server, right? The server means env, environment. Okay, this environment, the developer will push the code. Whatever written the code, right, this code will be converted in the form of what? A build format. This is very, very important. This build will assign to whom? To the QA. So what QA will do? Now what is your role? What is your job? So interview they will ask you, can you explain what is your roles and responsibilities? What QA will do? Now you need to identify the test scenarios. Once identify the test scenarios, test cases. After that, test execution. After test execution, what you need to do? System testing. After system testing, what you need to do? Integration testing. Okay, integration. After integration testing, what you need to do? Acceptance testing. Or after acceptance testing, what you need to do? Release. After release, what you need to do? Support and maintenance. So first of all, you need have a clear picture what QA will do. Most of the people they don't know what QA will do. Simply they will say that identify the defects. No, that's not correct answer. So first you need have a clarity what QA will do, what QA person will do. What QA person will do? The QA person will start with what? Test plan, TP, test plan, test scenarios, test cases, execute the test cases. Okay, test cases, you can say test execution. After test executions, what you need to do? System testing. What after the system testing, acceptance, integration testing, or integration testing. After that, system testing. Okay, after system testing, user acceptance testing. User acceptance testing. After user acceptance testing, you can go for release. And after release, what again? After release, also what we are doing? After release we are doing what? Support and maintenance. This is very 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 important. And here what we need to learn, what are the documents we have, like BRS, SRS, FRS. What is called FRS? Anyone have idea what are the FRS? FRS is nothing but what? Functional requirement specification document. See, now username is there. How many characters I need to enter here? The username. Okay. That information where we will get FRS. What is called FRS? FRS is nothing but what? Functional requirement specification document. Okay. We'll see that FRS document when the project will start, right? We'll see that FRS. FRS is nothing but what? Functional requirement specification document. See, now there is a username will be there. Suppose here if your branch will be there, suppose in branch name how many characters I need to enter, I don't know, right? So in FRS they will clearly mention what is called FRS. See, FRS means what? Functional requirement specification document. In FRS they clearly mention that 4 to 15 alpha numerical values, the condition they give. What is called condition? 4 to 15. Now you need to check the condition. It should not 3 and it should not 16. So you need to check BVA. What is called BVA? Do you know what is called BVA? Boundary value analysis. Boundary value analysis. So make sure that you need to check what values I need to enter in the branch name. Location, again, who knows how many characters we need to enter. So that all the information given by FRS. Okay, FRS is nothing but what? A functional requirement specification document. So they will give you these documents to you. So simply what you need to do, you need to validate according to the requirement. What is the testing definition? Check whether your application is working as per the given requirements or not. What else you want? Tell me. So very easy, very easy to test your application. They will provide FRS document, they will provide SRS document, but what you need to learn here, how to write the test scenarios, how to write the test cases, how to execute the test cases, how to test the integration testing, and how to test the system testing. So this all we need to learn the coming sessions. What is integration testing? What is system testing? So once you learn the system testing is simply we are saying end to end, but we need to test more things in system testing. Like you need to test usability, you need to test compatibility, you need to test performance, you need to test security. Then only you can say your system testing is done. Understanding, right? We are simply saying one word. System means what? End to end testing. But in real time, it's not like that. You need to test, and no one will tell you in institutes also. There are a lot of things we need to do in system testing. System testing means what? Simply they will say only one word, end to end testing. No, you need to cover all these things, like what is the compatibility, what is the usability, what is the performance, and what is the security. So these all you need to check. Then only you can say your system testing is completed. So this is all we can see in the coming session. Okay, anybody have any question, guys? So tomorrow you can log in at 8:15. Okay, we'll see tomorrow. The link will be closed. Okay, I think the paid link will come. Okay, so we'll not face any issues tomorrow onwards. We'll see whether the people are joined or not joined. We will continue from tomorrow onwards. Okay, anybody have any questions? Please collect videos and material from the front office desk. Yeah, thanks for your time. Have a nice day. We'll
సార్
see you
వీడియోస్
tomorrow.
ఎవరిని కాంటాక్ట్ చేయాలి సార్ వీడియోస్ కి?
ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫీస్ అండి, ఫ్రంట్ ఆఫీస్ కాల్ చేస్తే వాళ్ళు ఇచ్చేస్తారు మొత్తం మీకు.
అంటే సార్ ఇప్పుడు ప్యాకేజెస్ ఉంటాయి కదా, ఫుల్ స్టేజ్ జాబ్ అందులో ఇంక్లూడ్ అయి ఉంటాయి సార్, టెస్టింగ్ రియాక్ట్ చేసా వాళ్ళకి కూడా వాళ్ళని కాంటాక్ట్ చేయాలా?
మీరు ప్యాకేజ్ అయితే మీరు కంటిన్యూ అయిపోవచ్చండి ఇందులో. మీరు వాళ్ళు మీకు ఇస్తారు, వాళ్ళు మీకు రెగ్యులర్గా వీడియోస్ ఇచ్చేస్తారు.
ఓకే సార్, ఓకే, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
మీరు ఇందులో కంటిన్యూ అయిపోండి. ఇందులో ఏమవుతుందంటే మీకు ప్యాకేజ్ స్టూడెంట్ కాబట్టి మీకు వీడియోస్ రెగ్యులర్గా ఇచ్చేస్తారు మీకు. మీరు
ఓకే
లింక్ వాళ్ళు పంపిస్తారు, ఆ లింక్లో మీరు కనెక్ట్ అయిపోతుంది సార్.
ఓకే సార్, థ్యాంక్ యూ.
ఓకే, గుడ్ గుడ్. చలో then. Thank you guys. Have a nice day. We'll see you on tomorrow.